Within touch range, though. So, on any difficult enemy that is not entirely immune to negative attribute damage, this is strong. Like, scary strong. We have to remember, because if the attribute damage goes to 0, they just straight up die. The alternative is here, I think. You know what? Death Clutch sounds so badass, I want to have it just for the memes. The choice is made. All you have to do is announce it to everyone. The bones of the dead tremble in their graves. Skulls whisper my name. Don't ask me to become mortal again, for I have stepped beyond the limits of death.
Your pride will destroy you, and perhaps all of Golarion with you. But I shall not intervene now.
My
so
pride?
As to avoid causing even more suffering
no.
to this world. Farewell.
Girl, this is not pride. This is pure and sheer, like, power hungriness, just wanting to.
Methods, they can deign to step onto the battlefield and win this war by themselves. But as long as we're the ones waging it, a meager thank you would be enough.
Exactly. Greyboar gets the message.
Heaven be my witness. I've followed you for a long time, and I sincerely believed that even though you made some morally questionable choices, you could save the world from the abyss. Well, maybe you will save everyone after all, but I won't be a part of it. Because I can't tell what's worse for this poor land, being invaded by demons or being ruled by a necromancer tyrant.
I mean, morally questionable choices. Should we rename this Twitch channel, chat? Should we just rename the channel to morally questionable choices? MQC. We can make a logo and everything.
It would have been so foolish for you to reject your powers. So many victories, so many achievements lie ahead for you. Well, go now. Capture Arilu, and prove which of you is making the best use of her invention. I'll be watching you.
The Demon Lord blows you a kiss and disappears. Okay, that counts. Make number go up, jelly friend. I mean, I'm sure she's playing us, but I'll take my victories. Look at all these skeletons. And the ghasts. And the wraiths. And a mighty fine cigarette, if I may say so myself.
My life is a burden.
Aniva's wavering, anxious voice seems grotesquely out of place. She speaks, shamelessly breaking the tranquility and remarkable hush that reigns in the city. Well, that's it, Commander. We're all dead. Or we soon will be. This ain't our crusade anymore. It's just yours. It's good that Irabeth went with the Queen. She doesn't need to know what your deed did to the folks that survived the attack. If fate brings the two of us together again, I'll tell her that they were as good as dead anyway, even before you came. Aniva's voice sounds hollow. I did what was necessary. You understand that, don't you, Anivia? Like me understanding makes any difference. Don't act like you care what I think. All you need are silent puppets, and no doubt I'll be one of them soon. But just wait for me to die in battle first. Bring me back into the ranks and send me out again to keep on fighting, this time without any doubts to hold me back. I mean, we can short circuit that process, Anivia, if if you're having an attitude. In fact, before the enemy destroys all that I have achieved. A muscle twitches in Anivia's cheek. Yeah, you're a master of resurrecting things from wreck and ruin, so where do we start? Plundering a couple of graveyards? Killing an innocent? I'm sick of sanctimony. Just tell me what you want and I'll do it. Woo-wee! She is feisty! Okay, what's the situation at the front? Unknown. Her Majesty mustered all the troops she could, raised the Sword of Valor, and advanced on the demons. There's been no word from her since she left. Perhaps she's boldly taking Iz even now. Maybe her bones have already been picked clean by demons. We don't know. And I doubt anybody except you will be able to find out. But that's not all. Baphomet's minions keep taking swipes at us. The scumbags are holed up somewhere. The Ivory Labyrinth, I'll bet. And they keep opening portals in different spots, dropping off a dozen units, and then closing the portal before we can get to them. We lost more scouts than I'd care to admit before we figured out how they were pulling off that little trick. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe you could get to one of those portals in time, you could be ready for them somehow, and when one opens, you get inside and crack some skulls. I mean, I'm good at that. They might even be holding the poor Harold in there. Okay, if he's alive, you can free him. Don't tell her, chat. She doesn't need to know. It is better for her to not know. How do you feel about seeing the goddess in flesh? My ears are still ringing from those trumpets. After witnessing that sight, I don't think I could be surprised by anything again. Okay, do you have any leads on Arilu? Not especially. She's been roaming the abyss all this time, but now that that avenue's close to her, Nocticula and the other demon lords are all slaving for a piece of her. I think she's somewhere placed around here in the wound. Some nasty little place like Iz, or maybe she went as far as Threshold. Okay. Do you know anything about Mutasifen? Scouts reported the movement of a large demon army far to the southwest of Dresden. They were marching across a dried-out lake. There used to be a Sarkorian holy place there, yeah, I heard. But where they went, nobody knows. They're not headed for us, that's for sure. At least not yet. Thanks for your report. I'll be setting up without delay. Aniva sighs heavily and looks at you sadly. You used to be different. What have we become? An army of the dead. It's a mocker of what was once called a crusade. And the scariest part is, now it's too late to change track. We got no choice but to keep going. We'll keep clearing the rubble, we'll pull out new corpses every day, and even more keep drifting toward your ziggurat from across the region. By the time you come back, there will be a whole army waiting for you. Heck yeah!
Knight Commander, we need to talk. No more uncertainty. It was irritating, then it was infuriating, and now it's driving me out of my mind. You know that I am the only one worthy of standing at your side. The rest of them, they're all weaklings. So tell them that. Make them understand that you choose me and me alone.
Oh my. Is this choose your waifu situation?
Drama on the crusade. Noble companions fighting over the commander. I would be loath to distract you from weightier concerns, of course, but there are more than two partners in this dance, and we're beginning to step on one another's toes.
Do you really have to choose only one of you?
Choose a third and you will wake up to their eyeballs on your pillow.
Why not choose only one? It's a fine opportunity to demonstrate your impeccable taste. On a more serious note, I see no reason why a heart should have room for only one. It is a pity that the others are not as open-minded as I.
So what you're telling me is that there is an option for a polycule? I mean, the more the merrier. Okay, but chat, we've been Team Wendy all this time, right? We've been Team Wendy. Do we lose Darren here if we pick Wendy? Am I okay with losing Darren? What do we lose if we lose him? We basically lose the healing, which we can work around by turning everybody undead, and, you know, then it's not a problem anymore. We do lose our access to resurrect, breath of life, in case somebody actually dies, we can actually bring them back. And the lesser, normal, and greater restoration, right? Which we can probably get on somebody else, right? Yeah. Sorry, Darren, I'm gonna have to side with my girl here.
Ha! Correct. Wendoag is the best, and the rest of you can wallow in your pathetic defeat.
Well, have it your way. I wish you every happiness.
Poison in his voice would be enough to wipe out the entire crusade. Damn. Yeah, over Regil. The Regil looks slightly more tense than usual. Commander, I have fairly important news. I will do my best to be brief. The Hell Knight orders have not reacted well to the development I mentioned in my latest report, specifically regarding the true source of your power. The very notion that we've been cooperating with a weapon forged by Rila Vorlesh and Nocticula has caused discontent. The orders have not issued any official edicts, but many chapters and their high-ranking knights have been recalled from their assignments and barricaded themselves in one of our outposts. The one you know, in fact. I suggest you go there and resolve the issue between the orders and the Crusades. This is a matter of importance. Well, what kind of reaction should I expect? Any, up to and including a formal declaration of war, which is why you must go to the outpost and resolve this issue before it devolves into open conflict. Fine. Excellent, that is all I have to report, so I will return to my duties and you may attend to your other affairs. Everybody hovering in. Commander, the succubus gazes at you despondently. She always speaks quietly, but now her voice is a barely audible whisper. In my dream, a fire destroyed almost everything. The only thing that survived was the table. I've returned to my dream world so many times. The nightmare still lurks there, but I want to understand why this table is so important. Why did it survive the fire? I can't figure out what makes it special. It looks like a simple piece of furniture. It just stands there. What is it supposed to mean? What am I doing wrong? Where did this table come from? Oh, where did it come from? Oh, I remember now. There was a loaf of bread on that table. That was Anivia's dream, remember? She said she wanted to learn how to bake. The bread went up in flames, along with the other fragments of her dream. But the table remained. So Desna is no longer talking to her. 3 is not an option. Is the nightmare still attacking you? Not openly. Okay. Try talking to Anivia. I've been living among mortals for a while now, but there's still so much I don't understand about your kind. How you live, what you dream about. You're right, we should ask Anivia. It's part of her dream, after all. That's a good idea, but... could you please talk to her instead? I don't even know how to begin a conversation like this. It's so personal. Please ask her, and I will stay nearby. Oh, jeez. Girl! Leotor. Oh, is this the old man? The Inquisitor appears calm and dignified, but the gaze he turns and you is anything but friendly. Good day to you, Commander. I suppose you have already guessed what has brought me here. We parted ways after the discovery we've made at Count Aradel's estate. Oh, right, this is the dude who was investigating Darren. You and I both know that the Count became a conduit for an unknown entity, which I call the Other. I retreated to Nerusian and then went beyond Mandev's borders, looking for mentions of such entities and ways to fight them. And now my search has borne fruit. I'm ready to tell you about it. You're not very good at hiding your antipathy, Inquisitor. I'm trying to remain professional, but I'll be blunt. The commander I met after the battle for Knabris and the commander I see now are 2 completely different people. If I didn't consider the Other a colossal threat, I doubt I would have come to you today. But I'm an Inquisitor, not a Paladin. I can allow myself a short-term alliance with someone whom faith deems unacceptable, if countless lives will be saved from a great danger. Okay. So what have you learned? I must be honest, I still don't know what it is. However, I managed to find some evidence of similar incidents. Individuals who, in a horrible moment in their life, became a gateway for an unknown entity. The most curious part is that all these cases appear almost sequential. They happen in various corners of Golarion, but no 2 incidents have ever occurred at the same time. This leads me to think that we're dealing with a single entity, one that's been secretly present in our world for a long time, merely changing its gateways on occasion. While I do not know what this entity is, I managed to find something of great value. A Verisian arcanist managed to pick up the trail of the Other and invented a ritual to weaken and bind it. She died under very suspicious circumstances. Her decapitated body was found in her laboratory. Her head was never found. Okay. But her notes survived, including the description of the ritual. I have discussed it with several highly esteemed experts in magic, and I'm inclined to consider this a reliable weapon. We can use the ritual to lure the entity out, bind it, and probably exterminate that. But to do that, I'll need your assistance, okay? What do we need to do? Carefully prepare the ritual, okay. Lure it out, bind it to our world like an anchor. All the evidence indicates that while the gateway is active, the other can travel freely between the material plane and some unknown space that lies beyond. If we fail to bind the other with the ritual, it will either escape or, in the worst scenario, drag us into its realm. Hence, we must lure it out and... Wait. Hodl. Hold the phone. Hold it. Do you guys remember when we were in the library in Nocticula's tower, building, whatever it is? There were a bunch of notes about how to create a subplane and how to hide in it. Could this be related to the other? Were those notes about this guy who's hiding in a subplane somehow? Interesting. There's one more issue. Aside from the fact that we'll have to fight this incredibly powerful and horrifying creature, the other suspicion must not be aroused until the very last moment. This means the Count must know nothing as well, okay? The best course of action would be to take the Count to the designated location without telling him the reason for the journey. Then we must frighten him and make it appear that his life is in danger. The other will believe that his gateway is in peril, and then I hope it will show up to protect it, okay? Ritual circle will work as a trap, but it's crucial that we convince the entity that we know nothing of its existence, and that it is Darren who is in danger, not the entity itself. Okay, so we have to do, like, acting. I'm good at that, you know? A little bit of a method actor myself. Actress? Whatever. Otherwise, there's no knowing what may happen. And I don't want to give the adversary a chance to outmaneuver us, okay? Okay, I mean, Darren has died many times and the other hasn't appeared. So what do you think? Why do you think this will happen? Your special connection with your companions. Shape part of the music power system and journey through the bits and use the ride to tell a tale, okay? It must understand how dangerous it would be if you were to become not a benefactor but an enemy to its gateway. Okay. So losing power. How dangerous is it? Extremely dangerous, okay. Stronger, more dangerous than Balor's and other generals of the Abyss. I mean, that has not been an issue so far, so we should be fine. Suspect that the oracle power the Count has developed comes from the other. Ooh. Hold on, so if we go through with this, will Darren lose his powers? I don't know about that. Are you sure he's hostile? You're sure it's dark and truly evil? I mean, do you have any proof? So your only proof is a magically decapitated corpse? Actually, that's not even your proof. You're just convinced that that's what happened. Okay. Okay. Let's go along with him for now. Let's go over the entire operation once more. We said we must lure out the other. Okay. Far away from Dresden. She has chosen a location. And prepare the ritual. Oh, howdy! Lathimas, a pale, ghostly image appeared in front of you. You recognize Lathimas, the antiquarian, the scholar you helped some time ago. His translucent form flickers intermittently, and you have difficulty making out his words. Commander, it's Timas. I won't be maintain the spell for long. Open the door. Treasure room, please. Sorry. Oh, jeez, Lord. What door? What are you talking about? The door. The dragon burial ground. The bell. The caves. Oh. What did you manage to open the door? Alright. I'm on my way. Melissa, Commander. You look up and see Melissa. Fisherwoman from Chili Creek. Okay. The green-eyed fisherwoman from the village of Chili Creek. Her hair is a mess and her face and clothes are covered in soot. It looks as though she's traveled here in a hurry and met with a few dangers along the way. Please help me, he's gone crazy, he will kill him. Swarm mythic past? I might try to do another run of it. What happened? Remember Jerna? Yeah? The clerics who came to the village a year ago. The locals weren't very welcoming of him back then. After all, he was a stranger who was preaching about a strange new god. Little by little, he became one of us. He went fishing alongside and he told people stories about the crusade. He told us about meeting you and seeing the queen and the songs he used to sing. They just made you want to stop and listen. Well, eventually, we became very close. We started to plan a wedding. My brother didn't seem to mind at first, but after we got married, well, that's when he lost it. He became violent, threatened to hurt us. I tried to talk to him, but we thought about leaving the village, but when my brother found out, he lost his mind completely. Merkel is strong and no one else in the village dared to challenge him. It was a miracle that I managed to escape, but my husband is still there. He didn't make it out of the village, but I don't know what's happened. Help us, please. Oh my gosh. Sure, we'll do it for experience. Whew! Okay, so first things first. Okay, Darren is still here. And chat, I am way past my bedtime. Actually, let me just double check. Oh, yep. Yep. Definitely past my bedtime. So, chat, it has been a joy, an honor, and an absolute pleasure to stream for y'all tonight. But this is gonna have to be it. So, if you're new around these parts, you stream already. My schedule is up here. If you scan... Oh, sorry! I didn't need to pump that. If you scan this QR code up here, you will get a link to our Discord channel where I announce whenever I go live and any changes to the schedule. Also the best place to affect the content if you so please. But yeah, that's it everybody. Take care y'all. See ya. Bye.